Hello, Warlords. Rodge here. Back for another Saga Thursday. We are talking with John, the Silver Fox, a familiar face here on the channel.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. We're bright and early here. Gonna chat some Saga Storm. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Excellent. I can see you're wearing your Saga Storm tee. Is that the original Saga Storm tee?
No, this is version 2.
2.0. Okay.
We have to do let's see. We've done 3 of them. So, Viking ship, boar, and
there's the horse
the
in the blue one. That's the one that I have. So awesome. Yeah. So you and Mr. Hagen are kind of the masterminds behind this. Are you? Would you say you're the lead on this?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I'm the guy who goes and makes the rental for the park, so I guess it's officially in my name. Yeah.
Laying down the cash.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. So this year you did something that is really awesome, and if I ever got off my butt and ran something, I think it would be something similar to this idea. Do you want to explain what you guys did this year? So in years past, it's been more kind of informal type stuff. You know, just bring what you want to play and pick who you want to play. So this year you kind of mixed it up a little bit. So what'd you do?
Yeah, so the structure was to have people have the opportunity to play Heroes of the Viking Age, because in this area, not a lot of people bring those characters, and we just thought it'd be fun just to see them all out there, as many as possible. So it wasn't mandatory, but everybody else was doing it. So how it worked is we did 6-point warbands, and you got a hero of the Viking Age, and you got them for no additional cost. So there was no reason not to take.
Nice, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so when we had people sign up, we wanted to not have any duplicates of the heroes. So we just asked people, hey, can you sign up with what warband are you bringing, what faction, and then pick a character, and it's kind of first come first serve. So
dibs.
Yeah. There was. We did it with our Facebook group. So then there was this ton of 12:01 in the morning when I had to pick a time so that that the official, and dudes are on there calling dibs on people. So that's great. That worked out. I think there were only a couple of situations. Scots, for instance, had 3 players. They only have 2 characters, so we used the Age of the Wolf campaign book to kind of just make another character. We picked it was Monty Lumen, and we picked he wanted to be Constantine. Is it Constantine I forgot. I'm sorry, I totally have
Constantine Mick something.
Yeah, one of those Mick guys. And so we just looked through the Age of the Wolf and gave him about 3 different attributes, and that seemed about right. So so we divided people up onto quote-unquote teams, and based on what you were bringing. So we had the Rampaging Northmen, which were mostly Vikings, Jams Vikings, Norse Gale. Mm-hmm. We had the Defenders of England, so Saxons, Danes. Danes were kind of we put them on either team, just depends on how the numbers play out.
Nice, versatile. You can swing them either way. Yeah. One
of the Dane guys had Harold Godwinson, so that made sense to be on Defenders of England.
That would make sense, yeah.
Right. And then we had Celtic Raiders, so just I figured any Welsh, Scots, Irish, Strathclyde, those would all fit in there nicely. And then we had the Norman invasion, so Normans. Yeah, Normans and Bretons, and it turned out that they got a little bit of everything, just because it was a little bit of a catch-all as well. So
okay,
but we had Eric Hagen was running William the Bastard, So he was kind of in charge of that team, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
So
the one thing too, which I don't know if you mentioned, but you did kind of limit the factions that could be taken for this.
Yes, it was only Dark Ages.
Yeah, so there wasn't
and even
Saracens and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we limited too. We said no Franks, no pagan Rus, no Rus princes, no Byzantines. It pretty much had to be somebody within the vicinity of England.
In the right time period.
Yeah, time period's kind of, they were a little wonky because like we had games with Alfred the Great and Harold Godwinson.
It's true.
They're not exactly contemporaries. Well, close enough.
Close enough. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It sounds like a blast. Hey, what did you actually run then for this?
Yeah, I brought the Anglo-Saxons and I had Alfred the Great for my guy. So
cool.
It was fun.
Is he the one that you can take a Hearthguard unit and then split it up into the?
Nope.
Okay.
He's the one that can't fight. He's got 2 attacks. He's sickly. 2 attacks. He doesn't get resilience either, so that's great.
Okay, so this is the one that I have not considered using. So.
Yeah. He was fine. Whatever. It was all for fun. So the competitive nature of it was really not up for debate. But yeah, he wasn't real. He's not real fighty. He's not leading from the front. He's definitely hiding in the back.
What does he have to offset that stuff then?
So he takes the cap off your Saga dice. You have the opportunity to roll up to 8 if you generate that many. So that's helpful. What else does he do? Oh, he has a little bit where he will handicap your opponent probably on their Saga dice. They roll their dice, and then they roll a regular die, and if they roll under it, yeah, then they lose 1.
Okay.
So
always
little handicap.
Be down 1.
Yeah. That was mostly the way it was, but it was kind of interesting because then people started leaving dice on their board, so they'd roll fewer dice, so they chance they didn't lose it. It was kind of
interesting.
Figuring out how to kind of get around them. Yeah.
That sounds cool. So was this held at the same venue as last time?
It was, yeah. So it's a park that's here in the suburbs near my house, and so there's that outdoor pavilion.
It's the best kind of venue. Near your house.
Exactly. 5 minutes away. So it's got an outdoor pavilion with picnic tables, and we set the boards up for the daytime stuff there, and then indoor pavilion because it's got pretty good lighting on the inside, so when we do the evening game we move in there. The goal is basically just giant Saga picnic, essentially, right? Play a game, eat some food, play a game, eat some food. I think most people played 2 or 3 games during the day. That's kind of what they had time to get in.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a nice relaxed pace. And if you want to get those games in, you could. If you want to take it easy, you could find somebody else who was sitting out, so you weren't probably making things uneven. So that's cool. So I know that we had some extra visitors this year. Stephen Holdeman III. And I think a chum of his, is that right? Him and a buddy came up, or was it just him?
Yeah. Him and Sean Daly came up. So we here in Minnesota affectionately refer to them as the Kansas City Vikings.
Yes. So
I don't know.
These are the guys that always dress up at Adepticon. And actually, after this video comes out, we're going to have a Frank's battle board review with Steven, and he tells the story of how that started, and it's pretty ridiculous. So you have to check back for that. But
does he do the video all in the helmet and everything too?
No, I should have asked him to put on his accoutrement.
Yeah.
But he's a very, very interesting fella, as you will see. So it's cool. Some extra, some new blood. I know my buddy the Bear and J-Jack rolled over. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. That's
we had them from Wisconsin, and we had our lacrosse connection, the Team Vinesinger. Rick and Amber came up.
Cool. So how many folks this year about then?
I think we had 16 bodies actually make it. And I think at one point we had 20 people signed up, but you know how it goes. Yeah, stuff comes up. So we had a few dropouts at the last moment, but that's fine. I mean, team's balanced pretty easy. We're pretty loose on that sort of stuff.
Makes it nice and even. So how did the day go for Alfred the Great? Did he leave the faction to domination for England?
No.
The dream of Wessex.
It turns out the dream of Wessex was thwarted by history. Boy. What did I played? I got 3 games in. It was awesome. I played your buddy the Bear. Played his Norse Gale, and he had Broder. We had we played the one where there's no shooting, which is fine because no one had any shooting, victory points, and just the endless warband. So it was just a bloodbath. We just were murdering each other, and that was entertaining.
Did you give him the Norse Gale knowledge to carry with him the rest of the day? You're like,
I tried.
No, that's not how you do it. This is how you do it.
Yeah, well, I tried to give him some pointers, so we'll see what he brings home to you.
Whether or not, he was successful.
Yeah, and then I played a fine gentleman, Sam Stewart, from one of our local guys.
Awesome.
Who I've never played him in Saga, so he had Scots, and God, he just punched my face in. He had hot dice and Scots, and that's just recipe for getting just killed. So
the feared can't stand up to that business.
No, bad. And then, lastly, hold on a second, Rodge. I'm sorry. We got weird Facebook thing going over here. I played Matt Jajax, so I played Scots twice, and that went better for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think the Scots are pretty tough for the Anglo-Saxons there. A little uphill climb. I'm sure it was bloody regardless. So how did the mega battle turn out? Did that go on? Was it split? Last year it was split into two kind of mega battles going on, like a winners bracket and a losers bracket kind of.
Yeah, so we had people keep track of their wins. So if you got a win in your game, we had a little tally board going. And what that ended up doing is we didn't use it like last year where we then randomized winners versus losers. It was already preset. It was going to be the mega battle was going to be Norman invasion versus defenders of England, and then the hairy guys with the bad manners are just going to fight each other.
Fighting in the backwoods for the scraps.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. It was already, it just, we're doing the thing with, the loose theme. We might as well just do that. So, mega battle, let's see, how did we went in? So, our team, the Defenders of England, had more wins in the day than the Normans. So, we were afforded one time where we could roll one additional Saga dice for free in our orders phase. So just whenever it felt like we needed another little boost, that was our
dice.
Yeah, so we took advantage of that on turn 3. I'm not sure it made a huge difference, but I
can't imagine it making too big of a swing, but
we didn't want to make it too overpowered. So we lined up 5 guys. On my team, it was my Saxons, Paul Gonzalski's Saxons, Kevin Bruin Saxons.
Wow, that was a lot of Saxons.
We had we had
that would have been a hell of a battle line to see.
It was pretty thick, yeah. So I had Alfred, Kevin had Aethelstan, and then we made up a character, Uhtred of Bebenberg, on the flank.
Nice, yeah.
So, and then we had Harold Godwinson and the Danes on the other flank, and we faced off against Eric Hagen's Normans, Scott de Rung's Normans, and he had Ivo, and then let's see, Monty Lumen switched sides because we had a guy drop out. You couldn't stay for the end, so we had Monty Scott's in the holding the middle.
Treachery, treachery.
Yeah, and then Sean Dilley had his Strathclyde on their team as well. So that was the matchup, and it was pretty close. Like we were taking a lot of bow fire, as you would expect from.
You guys formed up on a hill, and they'd send in wave after wave, but shooting the whole time.
We had a big church in the middle that we were kind of using to hide behind for a while to catch the arrows, and then so the conditions were victory points, and you had to have a 5-point differential to determine a winner. And we also put 3 different markers on the middle of the board. Where if you held them with a unit, you got 3 more victory points or 5 more victory points. So, like, you had to come out and fight.
Draw things to the center. It's awesome.
Yeah, so the Normans won by enough of a differential that the invasion came off again. So
once they took out Godwinson with some bow fire, that was the end of it.
It was, it kind of almost did go like that. It really almost did.
If I was in that, I would have just tried to make that happen, no matter how stupid, dice-wise, it would have been. It's like, we got to do it. It's going to happen.
They decided to send, I think 6 or 7, 8 points. I think it was 8 points of Normans after the Danes, and they beat them up good, and they were hanging in there. And then he dropped Ivo, and then he didn't have much left, and another wave of Normans came in, and I think they took him out with cavalry. And then Aethelstan made a heroic charge up the hill where the Norman bowmen all were with the bastard. And he charged up there, beat on them, and then those bastards shot him.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
Sounds like a blast. What anything observed on the second-class citizens table there between the Northmen and the backwoods fellas?
I don't know exactly. I think the Celts ended up winning the game, and they were having a good time. I don't know. It was so intense over the Battle of England.
It sounds like
I didn't have a chance to pull away and check that out. Alfred survived the final game by hiding in the woods.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, typical. Uhtred went out and did some stuff, and Alfred stood in the woods and observed.
He swore that oath. Yeah, he's always renewing that oath, so he knows what the score is. Cool. Yeah, sounds like a blast. Which could have been there. Is Saga Storm going to happen again next year? You think already?
Yeah.
Plans? Okay.
Yeah. We haven't talked about it. We got enough on the plate between Adepticon and some other stuff we're doing, but
that's right. So you and John, I know you provide a lot of the terrain and stuff logistically for that, even if you're not running. So are you running something this year at Adepticon, or just playing? I know you usually play.
Yeah, I like to play. I'm just the cheap help this year. I think Eric's got enough boards these days where he doesn't even need me to bring mine. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some terrain, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's about time they announce all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be in November. I don't know, later in the month, I think. I know Eric's already had to submit his packet, so it was kind of I mean, some of the details are out there that it's still 2 days for the melee. He's going to break it up. Hey, you can actually play one day alone if you want to just play one day.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's cool. I've done a Blood Bowl tournament like that where you could pop in either day, get your kicks, and then move on. So awesome. Glad to hear the event went well. Was there unofficial champion for the hammer toss there? Did you dominate again this year, John?
I did pretty well. I have some advantages over the people who throw hammer at Saga Storm and have done it twice in their life.
You actually possess the equipment.
Yeah,
and,
possessing the equipment is helpful, and being tall is helpful. And
Sure.
no, but I tell you what, I think the new champion could very well be one of the Kansas City guys, Sean Dilley. Man, that guy's got some cannons for arms, and once he got the hang of turning that hammer and throwing
the
it,
flow.
Yeah, he's strong. I think he can outdo me. So yeah, we threw hammer. We had good participation on hammer, and I brought a stone that they use for the throwing. So we threw stone, and that was fun.
Stone, you throwing just a big rock? Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, it's a 12-pound stone, and it's just. It's the same deal. You just see how far you can throw it, and so there's two styles you can do. We were just doing you stand put, you twist, and you throw it, kind of shot put it without any spinning. Mm-hmm. And so that's the best way for novices not to hurt themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could have been fun to just see how people contort themselves without showing them like the safe way to do it. Right. Which is probably like the best way too.
We don't have the liability insurance for that. So.
Yeah, keep on the DL there. Yeah, I mean, your name's on everything, so you gotta distance yourself from that. I can see. So that's awesome. Cool. Sounds like another great year. Are you gonna be at the Renegade Open, John?
I will be at the Renegade Open.
Okay, I'm gonna be there.
All right, I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, look for me. Very distinctive fellow.
Come say hi. Yeah, I'll have Bretons there, so that'll be a change of pace for me.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun. Looks like most of the stuff filled up. So, are you be doing bolt action there as well?
Yeah, I'll do bolt action the other day.
A little infinity on the side myself, but should be good. Not too long now from when we're recording this, probably 6 weeks. It'll be happening, and then around then we'll have all the Adepticon details. So excellent. Well, thanks for coming on, John. Are you excited about Saga 2.0?
I am.
Any thoughts you'd like to share on that? Does it look good so far? Any trepidation on your part?
I got nothing. I'm the kind of guy that I don't get too crazy about rumors. You know, I want to wait and see what it says when I have it in my hand. That I'll look at it and decide. I think it sounds fine. I mean,
yeah, I think it sounds good too. Just more of the same of what we've come to expect, but I think a little more newbie friendly and more built for the long haul kind of release type schedule. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. Should be pretty cool. Hopefully. It'll probably come out 2 months before Adepticon, so Eric gets bombarded with people asking if they're going to use the new rules or what's going on, and just cause him some heartache, I'm sure.
I'll make a prediction that if that thing isn't out in about a month, it's not going to be used.
I mean that's the Adepticon way.
Yeah.
So just to give him a little heartburn.
But everybody, I mean. Get all your secondary email accounts out and start sending him emails just to fill his box.
Yeah. I mean, start now. Start now.
Yeah. People on the internet who don't actually plan on coming to Adepticon still email Eric and ask him if there's going to be used.
Sounds good. I'll have his email address below for everybody.
Perfect.
Get the campaign going. But good to see you as always. And
thanks for having me. It's good seeing you.
We'll have you on again at some point. But have a great rest of your weekend. I'll check you later.
Thanks, you too. Talk to you later.
Saga.